Welcome back to Language Arts class. On today's agenda, we will learn 9 benefits of reading. You will hear Mrs. Dugan's book talk, Mrs. Casey's book talk, review the book tastings reflection assignment in Schoology. The goal of today's assignment is to collect some books, or rather book titles, for books you would like to read next.
Okay, guys, so what are the benefits of reading? There are 9 reasons to read more. First one is that reading builds knowledge. Reading also improves achievement. Reading increases your motivation. Reading can also increase your vocabulary. Reading improves your writing. And reading builds background knowledge. Reading also improves your understanding of text structures. Reading develops empathy. And reading develops personal identity.
Hi, everyone. This is Mrs. Dugan. I wanted to tell you a little bit about a book that I just recently purchased and I am in love with. This book is a memoir and it is called Be Fearless by Michaela Ulmer. Now, this book is so amazing because this book is about a young woman who created a really successful business, and she did it through the use of her creativity and her curiosity. And what the other thing that I love about this book is the fact that Michaela is just a teenager, so she's very young, and yet she has created a really successful business. And the other thing that I love about this book is that her business is all about trying to save and help honeybees. And the third thing that I absolutely love about this book is the fact that Michaela is from Austin. And her story is so fascinating to me because she goes to a great depth of telling us about how she got into the business that she now has. And I wanted to read a little excerpt from the book for you from Amazon. I don't know if you know this, but if you go on Amazon, they often give you lots of little excerpts. So in the very first chapter, you get a real sense of what an interesting person she is, because when she was like 4 or 5 years old, she decided to get herself involved in a business fair through a children's organization. And she spent a lot of time trying out different things. And this little paragraph from the book shows you that even from a young age, she goes into a lot of detail telling you about how she tried to come up with something to sell at this business fair. And she goes into a lot of detail about her, her different the ideas that she tried to come up with, like her failures and her ideas. And I thought it was just really interesting. So here's an excerpt. She says, I decided that over the summer, I would test out some business ideas. One day, I thought I could create something fun and pretty for people to buy. So I searched for flowers in our garden and then took Play-Doh, rolled them into balls with the flowers, and tried to sell them. After grabbing my little craft table and chair from my room, I sat and waited on my front lawn for customers. As you can imagine, it didn't go very well. But I did learn that in order to sell your product, it needs to be a product that people want to buy. So I thought about selling my drawings or even making bracelets. Everyone likes to buy bracelets. Maybe people would buy my product. I was getting somewhere. Everywhere I went, I came up with ideas for new things to sell. Slime with glitter, painted rocks, lip balm that maybe my parents would let me wear because I wasn't allowed to wear lip gloss or lipstick yet. I would continue to test out new ideas and figure out exactly what I was going to sell. This is where the bees came in. So I love this excerpt because she goes into a lot of great detail, and then at the end of the section, she gives you this punchy little sentence at the end, and that creates some interest, and it creates some tension, and it lets you know that bees are a very big part of her journey and a very big part of her story. So I would just really highly recommend this book, Be Fearless by Michaela Ulmer, and I hope that you decide to try it out.
there, 7th graders. I'm Mrs. Casey, and I want to tell you about a book that I really enjoyed reading called Time Bomb. I picked up Time Bomb for 2 reasons. The first reason was because the author was the same author of a series that I had read a few years ago called The Testing. It's actually a trilogy, sort of like The Hunger Games, dystopian setting. It was really well written, so I wanted to read another book by this writer. The second reason I chose Time Bomb is because it's actually a 2019 Lone Star book. And basically, if a book is on the Lone Star list, I know it's a good read. So Time Bomb takes place at a high school, and it's a few days before school is in session. The different characters, there's about 6 or 7 different high school characters. They all are at school for different reasons. Some are there because of extracurricular activities. Some are there to take care of some paperwork and school business before school actually starts. So they're all going about their day at school, and suddenly a bomb explodes. And all of these characters that you've been introduced to at the beginning of the book are trapped in the school. As the story progresses, the characters realize that of the 6 or 7 students that are trapped in the school, one of them is the one who has actually set this bomb. And there are other bombs in the building that will be detonating soon if they don't escape the building. So it's definitely a little scary at times. There's some mystery mixed in because as you read, you're trying to determine which character is really the villain and has set these bombs up in the school. And for me, the perfect genre is a little bit of thriller and a little bit of mystery. So if you're like me and you enjoy those 2 genres, I would definitely recommend Time Bomb to you. Time Bomb is available through Mac and Via, through the library, and it's also available in hard copy through the grab and go system. So you can get on the library's catalog, put it on hold, and then you're able to check it out from the library and read it on your own. So I can't wait to hear what you guys thought about the book if you pick it up, and happy reading.
Here is your asynchronous assignment. First, you're going to start by watching the lesson video explaining how to do your book tasting reflection assignment. Then you're going to complete the book tasting reflection assignment and turn it in Schoology. Let's take a look at the assignment in Schoology. When you go to Schoology, you're going to select your course, Language Arts. You're going to go to the folder for today, September 8th, or September 9th if you are a B-Day student. You're going to start by watching the video lesson, and then you're going to open the book tasting reflections assignment. If you do not watch the video, the assignment will not show up. When I open the book tasting reflections assignment, it looks like this. I'm going to start with the Explore section. It says, click this link to enter the CEVMS Virtual Library book display. While you're there, you're going to watch at least 1 book trailer for 4 different genres of your choice. You may watch more if you wish. As you watch, complete the critique section below. Rate each book from 1, nope, don't want to read that, to 5, OMG, I can't wait to read that. You'll complete the table below as you watch the book trailers. So let's say I choose my first book in the genre science fiction. So I'm going to write science fiction, and then the book title, and then I'm going to give it my rating. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, 3 being like, yeah, it's in the middle. And then I'm going to briefly explain my rating. After I have watched several book trailers, I could only watch the 4 that I have to watch, or I could watch a whole bunch. Next, I'm going to complete the selection process. I'm going to list some books that I would like to read next. I'm going to aim for having 2 to 3 books that I want to read, and they can be from the book trailers I watched today or any other books that I've been thinking about or wanting to read. Here I'm going to add the title of the book, the author of the book. If I have more than 3 that I'd like to add, I can select this, right-click or control-click, and then insert a row above or below. So let's go ahead and look at the Cedar Valley Virtual Library book display. This is a link, so I'm going to click on it, and you'll see right here, this is our virtual library book display. And if I choose a genre like science fiction, it's going to take me to this page, which has a whole bunch of different book covers. And I can take a look at them. And I know that the stars are recommended books. And so I'm going to see more about Divergent. So I'm going to click on Divergent. I'm going to watch the trailer. Then I'm going to go back to my book tasting reflections assignment. And I'm going to critique that book trailer, writing the genre, science fiction, book title Divergent. I think it's a 5, so I'm going to give it a 5. And I'm going to give my rating for why, or my explanation for why I believe that it is a 5. When I'm all finished and I have completed my critique section and my selection section, I'm going to go back to Schoology and make sure that I turn in my assignment.